After 42 years of military career, starting in Aix-en-Provence, and then within the Army's ground forces, it's time to hang up the fatigues and make way for the younger generations. It is time to answer 3 simple questions. Did I find what I was looking for? What do I take away from this journey? What were the greatest satisfactions? Certainly, yes. I found exactly what I was expecting from this military life, and I am infinitely grateful to our institution for everything it has allowed me to do. Yeah, when I walked through the gates of the military academy in Aix, one September morning in 1978, I knew I was embarking on a job unlike any other. I had a strong vocation without really knowing where I was heading to. I had 3 objectives: to serve France, to command men sharing the same values, and to experience adventure. And never was I disappointed. Lieutenant during the Cold War in the icy plains of Germany, captain in the Balkans, colonel in Africa, general in the Mali Desert. I served beyond my expectations, leading my mechanized hunters of the 1st, 2nd and 16th battalions. From my anti-tank Gaulois and my Africans of the 3rd Brigade, well trained by patient instructors, I learned those solid values that are the strength of our armed forces. Rigor demand, availability, selflessness, competence, and always the concern for the common good, placed before the individual. I discovered the brotherhood of arms, the team spirit that unites the units, gives meaning, and strengthens moral forces before combat. The Army introduced me to other unknown and exciting fields. The capability approach, communication, and the world of firms. It allowed me to climb all the ranks through merit, trust, and acquired legitimacy. As a principle, the soldier must be the main concern for commanders and staff. It is he who commits, who trains, who fights, who takes risks. One objective, one goal, victory. It is not about participating, but about winning. And everything must converge to provide the best for our units. Yet training, practice, equipment, a method, teamwork. It is the work of the staff that involves trust, loyalty, subsidiarity, imagination, but also intellectual discipline once orders are given. From these years, I remember the quality of the human wealth in our army, the harmony of my teams. I will always keep in mind the smile of my pilot sharing his lukewarm coffee in the morning under the snow, that of the legionnaire receiving his warm beer in the Adra, the proud look of the missile shooter who just hit the target at 4,000 meters, the bright eyes of my exhausted and thirsty soldiers, but happy to defeat the enemy in the Mali furnace. I will not forget the determined look of the goals from Adjutant Valbrun, advancing under fire in the streets of Mitrovica either, and the images of troops on the ground, either overseas or in Paris. Yes, I deeply loved this job, my men and my teams, who offered me their best. I have known great leaders. Each of them enriched me. Changing teams has always been a heartbreaking experience. Leaving you has always been an emotional moment, as we grow attached to those with whom we share everything. You, the Gaulois, the hunters of the 16th Battalion, the Africans of the Third. Yes, I love this job that allows you to serve with generosity, with a smile, and the flair of the eternal young academy officer, far from any second-thought maneuvers. And keeping close to servants of all ranks and origins, I thank the Army for offering me all this wealth. Actually, I didn't have a job. I lived a passion through 4 decades. In the end, in addition to these human satisfactions, I leave behind me 3 collective victories: Scorpion, Serval, and the start of the modernization of our army. Scorpion was born in 2001 under the name of Boulet Opérationnel Aéroterrestre. In a small office of the Army staff, imagine my comrade Mangin, he convinced that the next war would be won with new armored vehicles, fitted with radio software, capable of collaborative combat, and a renewed doctrine. I congratulate all those who kept the objective and realized this forward-looking vision of future combat. The staff officers of the Technical Support Branch, the engineers of the Directorate General of Armament, to whom I wish to pay a strong tribute, and the industrialists who supply us with our equipment as soon as they're deployed in operations. With Scorpion program, of course, Serval, I was given the opportunity to win on the field in northern Mali, one of the toughest battles the French forces had to fight since the war in Algeria. I wish that this ceremony would also pay tribute to the Monsaber and Serval brigades, who were responsible for this outstanding airborne ground victory, conducted with our comrades from the Air Force and Navy Special Forces. With our brothers in arms from the Health Service, the Gasoline Service, and the Support Services, Serval will remain for all of us an exceptional human and operational adventure, the symbol of inter-services and joint combat, a collective victory for our armed forces. Last satisfaction, having initiated, if not confirmed, the modernization of the Army, while leading the Army staff through the military programming law, the launch of new projects, new policies, human resources, simplification, reorganization, innovation, digitalization, the arrival of new Scorpion air equipments, taking into account of combat in intangible fields, continuing modernization, extended to coercion units. At the time of leaving, I wish you all to continue behind the minister and behind your commandos, building a strong, resilient, powerful, and balanced army to defend the country and ensure our children a future that meets our hopes. I am closing this door being assured of having fulfilled my duty, ready and determined to take on other challenges in the service of our country, our performance and our capacity and industrial sovereignty.
We are gathered tonight to honor General Bernard Barrera, who is retiring from the ranks of the Army after an exemplary career as an officer formed in Saint-Cyr. He joined the general promotion of Monsaber, a mentor whose footsteps he will follow in Africa, leading the 3rd Mechanized Brigade, a general officer since 2011. While commanding the 3rd Mechanized Brigade, General Barrera is engaged in Mali. On January 20, 2013, as the commander of the Serval Brigade, he led more than 3,000 men and women in a situation that was both demanding and exhilarating. By January 27th, he stood out during Operation Serval.
By combining armored raids and airborne operations, they succeeded in capturing Timbuktu.
Never parting from his small victory statue and tirelessly caring for the supply of his soldiers, he successfully leads more than 50 major operations during the Mali Liberation Campaign. He achieves recognized success there and honors the motto of the 3rd Brigade. A single goal, victory. A war leader, General Barrera is also a comprehensive staff officer. Within the Army's general staff, he worked tirelessly to prepare for the future. He participated as a staff officer in discussions about the air-ground operational bubble. He pushed the Scorpion program when he was the Deputy Chief of Planning and initiated the Titan program as a Major General. He is recognized as a specialist in armament programs, who deeply believes in the capability approach, as well as in combined arms and joint forces combat, which are key to victory.
As a man of action, full of determination, he impressed his leaders, his men, and his comrades with his sharp mind, his communicative enthusiasm, and the strength of his commitment.